Hey y'all, you are here live with We Are Jersey Magazine. My name is Melissa and I have here DSD Major,
Yes.
artist, podcaster, what else can we say, screenwriter?
Everything.
Everything.
All the above.
Multifaceted.
Yes, indeed.
So tell us about yourself.
Hey man, I'm DSD Major. I'm an artist, I rap, I do a little bit of singing. I'm a podcaster as well. Just started a podcast called Whose Mans Is This? It's me, my co-host JJ, aka Old Soul, and my boy Uba. He directs and produces. We're also writing some shows as well. So, just getting our hands wet in the entertainment field, all around.
All around.
Facts.
So let's get back to the podcast and you being with your friends. How did that come about?
Basically, we just had a chemistry for years, and myself and those two guys, we started writing a show about 4 years ago. And when the pandemic hit, was when we started pitching the show. I wanted to start pitching the show, and we started scripting and everything. Pandemic hit, kind of slowed things down, and my boy was like, "Yo, why don't we just do a podcast? We're already gonna do the show. We like the dynamic that we have together." And we came up with the idea, and probably a week later, we shot the first episode, and it was just effortless from there.
So it was just smooth sailing.
Smooth sailing, and we're like, 5 episodes in?
That's good. Blessings. And you said it's called Whose Mans Is This? How'd that name come about?
Oh man. So we're chilling at my boy's crib in Queens, and when he said, "Yo, let's do the podcast," we said, "All right, cool, let's come up with a name." So my co-host, he's mad silly, so he's coming up with all these silly names, and we just ignored him. So he finally goes, "Yo, whose mans is this?" We're kind of like, "Yo, that kind of works. Kind of like that." So we ran with it, and felt like a great name. So I like it.
That's dope. And what is it centralized about? Like, what's the...
We touch a little bit of everything,
Okay.
Try not to stay in one box. We talk about sports, relationships, online dating. We got an episode Cartoon Network versus Nickelodeon. Hilarious. Yeah, you guys got to check that out for real. It's under the 22 Stones production channel on YouTube. So everything is there. He does other stuff too, shoots music videos as well.
Okay. And you said that you guys are also screenwriting a show, right?
Yes.
Let's delve into that. What's the show about?
Okay, so the show is about these three guys that they basically brought together by the sport of basketball, right? But there's a lot of different intricacies as far as their life and the trials and tribulations that they go through. So, two of the guys actually have brothers. They don't know it. So it's a lot of drama and stuff and pain, different backgrounds that they come from. One is a thug in the streets, another one lives a preppy life, is very spoiled, another one was given up for adoption. He's a half brother, one of the other guys. And he takes care of his older brother. And it's kind of like they have all these problems and stresses in their everyday life, but basketball is what holds them together. And they actually meet in a basketball camp. And they're on the same team, and they don't vibe well at first, but through basketball they learn to build a relationship, learn how to play together, have their chemistry, and they become brothers.
That's dope. And why is this an important, show for you to put out?
Well, because I feel like I have that relationship with, my friends and my actual brother and sister too. So, and it's three brothers that came up with the show. If you really think about it, so I just thought of that. But it's important to me. You gotta have that bond with your peoples. It has to be genuine. Yeah.
Most definitely. So I want to get into you being an artist. When did you first get into music?
Well, I've been rapping ever since middle school. I always would take songs and flip them. Like I remember when Nas came out with They Shooting on Major Lip. That's the name of it, right? I made up my own flip to it. Had nothing to do with violence. It was just kiddish stuff. But I would do that. 50 Cent's Candy Shop. I made Pizza Shop, and I would flip songs and freestyle, and I didn't know what I was doing. I just thought it was just natural to me. Going to the park, play ball, you're not really paying attention to what you're doing. And then later on, post high school, my friends are like, "Yo, you kind of good. You should kind of do something with it." I started comparing my videos to known artists on YouTube, and I'm like, "Damn, man, I can actually kind of do this." So
Right.
I'm like, "Why not? Let's make some money off this passion."
You just gotta start.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So who were your influences growing up?
Oh, that's a good question. So I like a lot of Nas. I like Jay-Z, I like Fab, Jadakiss, like the real heavy spitters, the lyricists. That's my thing. Even though my music kind of sounds totally different, those are my influences. And I can say J. Cole, Kendrick. I like Big L, a whole lot. And I like Hell Rell. Even though I make conscious music, I love Hell Rell. So those are my influences, you can say.
And so, how has that difference come about? Having these influences and writing music? That's
great question. It's just I like music that's completely different from my personality.
okay.
I like music that talks about crazy stuff. You know who Hell Rell is, you know what he talks about. So he talks about a lot of violence, drugs, whatnot, but it's that passion. I guess it's the passion and delivery is what I really like, you know what I mean? Maybe not the topic of what he's talking about. But I just like the way those guys deliver a message, makes you feel something. And also Mary J, Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu. You know, I do a little singing a little bit, so I forgot to mention those. Yeah.
Most definitely. So looking ahead, who would you say you want to collaborate with, dead or alive?
Man, I would love to do something with Lauryn Hill, Mary J, J. Cole, Nas. Oh man, who else? There's so many, it's a long list. Like my mind is just going out of here right now, but yeah, definitely Jay-Z too. If I didn't say that.
Definitely. So where do you see yourself in music in the next 3 to 5 years?
3 to 5 years, I want to be touring. I want people to know who I am, not just in New Jersey, New York, not locally, but everywhere. I want to go out the country. I don't need to be like a big name in the blogs and stuff, but I want my music to touch people in other regions. Even if I'm just a quiet star, I go and do my thing and come back. I want people to feel it, No, it's not really about the money for me.
It's just being able to touch people. Why is that so important for you?
Because, I know how music makes me feel. So I want to do the same thing for other people.
How does music make you feel?
It inspires me. When I'm going through my little stresses in life, it kind of brings me up. So it's like advice for me, helps me get through my days, get through my troubles and whatnot.
Most definitely. And so I want to get into the most recent project coming out.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. It's titled
Tunnel Vision.
Tunnel Vision.
So basically, I've been working on Tunnel Vision for a few years, and this will be my first project, my debut project, if you will. So it's my baby. I've been taking my time with it. And like I said earlier, it's just talking about my trials and tribulations, self-love, loving yourself in physical form, and you as a person and not conforming to anything else or any ideas that people may have of you. And by having a good time, I talk about love, heartbreak, whatnot. Some of it is personalized, some of it is generalized, because everybody has their own specific things that they go through. But that is what is encapsulated in the title Tunnel Vision.
Okay. And so that message to you was important because it also did correlate with when you started coming out as an artist, right?
Yeah. Even before that,
Even before that.
Because, like, for example, I didn't have a great relationship with my mom and dad when I was a kid, right? We're cool now. But I talk about that in the music, and how that has grown. Becoming an adult and getting that bond back and being able to sit down and have a conversation about what went wrong and what could have been done otherwise. And I put that in the music. So I'm raw with it. Just talk about my life and whatnot.
Right. So what is it you want people to take away from this?
You can get through anything. You know what I mean? And if you have something that's bothering you, find your vice. It doesn't have to be music, but through my music, you can figure out, hey man, I like tennis. Tennis makes me feel good. When I go to the tennis court, I forget about all my stresses and problems in the world. So I'm gonna play more tennis. So I'm gonna draw. For me, it's music and podcasting and just entertainment in general. For me, that's what it is.
It seems as though he's trying to stay like in a positive light always.
I try to. It's not easy.
It's not easy. Why is that?
Not easy. I used to just have a real negative mindset. You know what I mean? I used to be real angry, just getting in a lot of trouble. So, kind of when I switched that over, I just became a real tranquil dude. You're still the same person. Your makeup is your makeup. That's never gonna change. But you gotta learn how to deal with it.
Yeah. So
I learned how to not be so angry all the time and life is short. Just enjoy it. You know what I mean?
When did that click for you?
That part, I would say last year, last year, September, kind of went through something traumatic. So, I'll spare the details, but kind of went through something kind of rough. And you could say a portion of the blame could fall on me. It was just like bad thinking, acting out of anger, letting your temper drive you and put me in a jam. So I realized, I never want to be in that situation again. So, I have to learn how to control that and not react to every little thing that may happen negatively towards you, even when somebody else is 100% wrong. You can go a lot further with that.
And do you see this embodiment in music?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I got songs like Special One, like Beautiful, like Trap. When you listen to the lyrics of the song, you get a sense of what I'm speaking of. Even if I didn't tell you this and you heard the music, you're like, okay, I know what he's talking about.
Which is the track that's most closest to you?
Right now, the track that's closest to me, you could say Special One. And Special One is basically like, it's about just saying you're going to be that one, you know what I mean? No matter what people I tell you, no matter what you think of yourself, with your flaws, anything negative, you're gonna be that one to put that aside and just keep focused. You're gonna have rainy days, you're gonna have terrible days, but you could bounce back. Tuesday could be bad, but Wednesday's gonna be great.
Most definitely.
So that's basically the mindset behind that. We just shot the video for that too. So that's in editing.
Okay.
Get that back. It's gonna be great.
So when can we expect that?
I would say Decemberish. Looking at December right now. The guy that shot the videos, he does the podcast too. So, and he's having a baby. Congrats to him. So he's taking his time with that. So I don't want him to rush. That's my boy anyway. So
That sounds good. And that's not a bad time either.
nah, Christmas.
Something for the holidays.
Christmas. There you go. There you go. The project, television should be out in November too. So
Okay.
we have the project, then we got the magazine too. The guys here. So
Yeah.
New Jersey, so and then right after that we got the music video. So it'd be nice continuity, you know what I mean?
Right, most definitely.
Keep the fans fed.
Most definitely. And when can we expect for television to be dropped?
Looking like mid-November. I don't have a specific date yet, but looking like mid-November. I think by the weekend we'll lock it in. Sure.
Most definitely. What platforms can we find it?
It's gonna be all platforms. It's gonna be
All
Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, everywhere. It's gonna be on all platforms.
Most definitely. And where can everybody find you?
You can definitely find me on Instagram at DSD_major. Once you find me on Instagram, Facebook and everything else is linked right to it. So it's an easy transition, YouTube and everything.
Right, that's perfect. Easy access then.
Yes, absolutely.
So then you heard it here live, y'all. We are Jersey Magazine. Again, my name is Melissa. This is DSD Major, excuse me. And you already know. Tunnel Vision, mid-November coming on all platforms. Make sure you check him out. DSD_Major.
Check that out.
Jersey turned up entertainment. Entertainment.